like run, you know.
Sabotage, all my niggas know it's sabotage. Turn my noodles into caviar, I just bought a yopper off the catalogue. Massacre, fuck with me and be a massacre. Yopper hanging out the passenger, boy your days are numbered like a calendar. Sabotage, all my niggas know it's sabotage. Turn my noodles into caviar, I just bought a yopper off the catalogue. Massacre, fuck with me and be a massacre. Yopper hanging out the passenger, boy your days are numbered like a calendar.
They know my name overseas, putting word that they fucking with me. Moolah machines, I got moolah on me. I don't talk much for sure and speak. Block out that the sun at its peak. Add me up now, money on feet. Now we know where your bitch wants to D. Drop her off when she finish with me. In the kitchen, I'm chef for a D. I'll fix you a plate if you run me the P. We put the tea into trap. Now I mean we trap out the tea. Get them boxes for cheaper for food on the streets like the homeless can eat. I put the tea on my back while you put your back in the tea. Taking trips to the States when I land in the Bronx and I'm bucking with Reef. I'm doing shit that you couldn't believe. Independent with millions of streams. If she wanna fuck with a G, then she better bring bitches to fuck on the team. It's that cause my time is a treat. Or you thought I was fucking for free? Silly bitch. I book a flight, let my killing quick. From UK to the States, we be drilling shit. No, for Sun in the Bronx, we affiliates. I can show you how dark this shit really gets. Day and night, no, we never quit. In a city where dreams are meant to exist. But young niggas dirty, they air the clip. Have your team sabotage on some army shit.
Sabotage, all my niggas know it's sabotage. Turn my noodles into caviar, I just bought a yopper off the catalogue. Massacre, fuck with me and be a massacre. Yopper hanging out the passenger, boy your days are numbered like a calendar. Sabotage, all my niggas know it's sabotage. Turn my noodles into caviar, I just bought a yopper off the catalogue. Massacre, fuck with me and be a massacre. Yopper hanging out the passenger, boy your days are numbered like a calendar.
It's a massacre, better change your life first from after ya. Said he smoking on, we gon' pack him up. I go off my blood like I'm Dracula. I be acting up, bitches bodies on bodies, we adding up. All my high yo hugging, tatted up. Yeah, they mad as fuck, they was tryna front. Had to back the boys down, now they packing up. Niggas know how I play, I get busy, it get sticky. I ain't biased, these bullets ain't picky. I know Pody gon' spin, that's the killie. Like it with me, you ain't never get back, nigga. Please, you won't ride with the strap in the V. You ain't tactic as me. I'ma find a new pack overseas, put this beam to the back of his beam. Fuck do you mean? I ride with a 40. Only thing that stopping traffic is me. I got 12 on my dick while they all on their knees. I'ma slide on eyes, put them on Nigga, you ain't pumping what you said you pumping, and your block ain't jumping like you said it's jumping. They did them dirty for a false assumption. I seen it all, but I ain't saying nothing. Set up shop on the first, block lock to the third. Make it hot, that's a hearse. Heard the situation bad, well, nigga, I can make it worse. Like
Sabotage, all my niggas know it's sabotage. Turn my noodles into caviar, I just bought a yopper off the catalogue. Massacre, fuck with me and be a massacre. Yopper hanging out the passenger, boy your days are numbered like a calendar. Sabotage, all my niggas know it's sabotage. Turn my noodles into caviar, I just bought a yopper off the catalogue. Massacre, fuck with me and be a massacre. Yopper hanging out the passenger, boy your days are numbered like a calendar.
That was Sabotage, Moolah Machines, big tune out, man. We're locked into Frontline FM.
You are tuned into Frontline FM.
And yeah, man. Just wanted to react to a few videos, man. That are out there. And right now, we have a big YouTuber, SNEAKO, has been unbanned recently. I believe he was banned. He had three strikes. I'm not too sure the reason why, but he was quite an outspoken person. He was someone that creatively I respected his videos before, as an artist and as a filmmaker. But then he had like a radical awakening. He wanted to say more political things, and I remember he had his 1 minute podcast, and he wanted to speak on things more within the political realms, and his content when he started streaming went more towards the manosphere and the red pill, and he spoke a lot of truth, but then I feel like he got carried away and got lost in the sauce with that red pill stuff. and then he got banned during that period, and now he's back. He's been unbanned, and he has some things to say. So without further ado, man, yeah, I want us to get straight into it. So yeah, let's watch the video.
Telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, baby. I don't wanna hurt nobody, but there is something that I must confess.
Don't say out loud because they affect your persona. I'm guessing at least.
Holy shit, everyone, it's me, I'm here. What do people think of you? This is what we live for. This is what I was banned for.
Bro, I dead fuck with that shit, my nigga. Word, bro.
Yeah, it's my first video back on YouTube.
They always try to shut out the people who have their own ideals, nigga. Keep that shit up, nigga. I'm not, like, I can't say I'm proud of you as if, like, I'm a figure, but, like, nigga, you say some shit, and I be like, yo, nigga, yeah, nigga, that's a free nigga who's saying his shit, nigga. Continue that shit up, nigga.
Pretty soon, the only talking heads you'll see will be AI-generated slop tubers approved by Palantir and the CIA. But until then, we can shock our dogs into the most sympathetic.
That's pretty jokes, but if you don't know who Palantir are, they are essentially a surveillance company, I believe. Well, you know what, let me get up exactly what Palantir are so I don't mischaracterize what they are. But they're everywhere now, and they fund a lot of stuff in terms of to do with surveillance and data. So Palantir is a software company that builds data analytics platforms for government and commercial clients with products like Gotham for defense and intelligence, Foundry for commercial use. It is co-founded by Peter Thiel and Alexander Karp in 2004, and tools to integrate and manage data to help things. I think it's either, it might be made through it's one of those probably Israeli tech startups. I'm not too sure. That was probably started by the military and then given to American public use. But I'm not too sure. There's a lot of companies like that. Oh no, this one came from, I believe, United States State Intelligence Community. Let's see. Boundary, by police, many countries, history. Okay, so I think it's a German, originally founded. I'm dyslexic, people, so you have to allow me, man. For me to say this information, I need more time. So, but yeah, essentially it's an American company, and it's to do with surveillance and data, and governments, military use it. Facial recognition, all this stuff they do.
Pathetic spot in the frame.
Surveillance capitalism, essentially.
Sorry. Our image is everything, which is why every Wall Street billionaire is invested into destroying it. Since I was banned, Ozempic stock went up 600% and touching grass became a meme.
People are so controlled by people's judgment, they forgot how to operate out of feeling instead of fear.
You know that cool...
That's a very fair point. A lot of, I feel like the reason a lot of AI content can perform so well, and there's also so much slop content online, is because people are operating in a way where they're not sincere. Everyone's distracted by spectacle, essentially, because spectacle gets views. It's all about numbers. So everyone's doing things to get a result as opposed to doing what they feel, and that's kind of bad for art, because art is all about feeling, you understand, and self-expression. So that results in the algorithm, people caring more so what works with the algorithm, because that's how you get the views. So you get a lot of slop content, you get a lot of just things that capture people's attention, which is a spectacle, but there's no real, it doesn't reflect any human emotion, you understand? It's not art. So I do agree with that, and I'd say outside of content, I think that's even even bigger problem in society as well. I'd say now people are very self-conscious. They care a lot about what people think of them because they want a reward in society that isn't really tangibly there anymore right now. The time we're in right now, we're in a recession. People say we're shifting from capitalism to techno-feudalism, so a whole new economic model. So the rewards right now aren't even that concrete. You might even be rewarded for a system but it's about indoctrination. People have been in the rat race for so long in society. They used to operate in a certain way and socializing themselves in a certain way because they don't want to upset the status quo. They want to fit into it so that they can get their social rewards, whether it's through their job, whether it's through, you get what I mean, which causes people to essentially act like robots, you understand, not be themselves, not be sincere, because that's a threat to the status quo.
Guy who says he doesn't care about what people think, that guy is either a serial killer or a liar, because that's the literal definition of a sociopath. At least embrace being an NPC if you're gonna sound like one.
Pork on the devil, ha 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 ha. Whoa.
We are the most social species living in the most social era ever. We went from living a first-person shooter to a Sims game.
Sneakita.
This previously inconceivable amount of communication drove people to download their personality from the For You page and destroy your life if you offend them. It's no wonder nobody approaches life unironically anymore. Everyone acts as if they're not really trying in case they suck and get called corny.
That idiot's applying himself.
The people who successfully approach life without the shield of
Irony are labeled a multitude of mental health terms from autistic to schizo.
It's the grown-up version of.
What do you think about that? I kind of agree with that. I think I do feel like there is genuine psychological disorders and people are neurodivergent and people's brains think differently, but I also feel like that's natural in society. I feel like nature is supposed to have diversity. I feel like bureaucracy is supposed to be and systems are supposed to be uniform, but that's not really sustainable. Because if it gets hit by multiple external factors, it just collapses, isn't it? Whereas nature, which is diverse, is that, say for example, if you have like a forest, yeah, and you just kill everything in the forest, and you just grow trees for lumber, and it's all the trees are neatly, but there's nothing else but trees there, you'll get a lot of lumber, you'll make money, but guess what? One disease hit one tree, the whole fucking yield is dead off. You understand? So it's very, whereas a diverse forest is more resilient. Some parts of it might die off if there's a disease, but the rest of it will be there'll be other ones which will survive. So I think you know, a lot, it's just people's brains think differently, and we kind of want to accept that as well in society. Not everyone fits into the norm. Sometimes while there are people with there's also people that's actually your uniqueness is how to say is part of the great design of nature. You understand? And by us saying, okay, you fit outside of the status quo, so we don't know what to do with you in this system, we're gonna label you this. You understand? And treat you this way. So I think it's a double-edged sword, because some people that are diagnosed, it can really improve their life in terms of knowing how to deal with themselves, whereas others, it's about you know, you might be put into a category of essentially control. You understand? Because they don't understand you. I feel like what it comes down to is just knowledge. So you want to understand things for yourself, so you know how to deal with you. You understand? As opposed to relying on whatever system to diagnose and treat you, and that be the basis, that label be the basis of how you interact with society. Now, I don't think that defines you. However, I do feel like knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is the best guidance, you understand, to deal with anything. So if you have that for yourself in any situation, you understand. But yeah, I'm waffling now. Let's get back into it.
Going la 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 la.
La la la, wait till I get my money right.
It's
easier for the masses to dismiss what makes them uncomfortable is crazy.
It's why when people see a tragedy, they wait for the algorithm to
Tell them what their opinion is.
It's why the women who fall in love with the couples on Love Island get clowned on by the men who are in parasocial relationships with streamers. 3 years later, this cultural problem went so full circle, the only voices worth listening to are those that you're not supposed to. Every talking head wrongfully banned exploded in popularity, while the remaining voices stare soullessly into the camera to make AdSense to fund their Ozempic addiction and fund their legal battles with former friends.
How people view you made authenticity the most rare and valuable personality trait.
SNEAKO.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
What's up, bro?
Shalom.
Shalom. How are you? Are you live right now?
No, I'm recording a video.
Oh, amazing.
On paper, you should not be seeing this video right now. How weird is it seeing this face back on the homepage?
I really like, you see SNEAKO's really back on his artistic vibe. I like all the cuts and edits he's doing. And it's refreshing, man. Because even right now, yeah, you know what, I'm going to preview something I'm working on after this year. Because he's inspiring me on the artistic filmmaking side of things. But yeah, man, for me, I hit a creative block because most of the things I was watching online, you know, usually online was a place where I got to see new things, new films, new ideas, you understand, YouTube, everything, and everything just slop, bro, if I'm honest, man, it's just slop. No creative edits, no stories, nothing interesting. It's just people either talking, just bare talking, if I'm honest, streaming, people sitting behind the camera. Nothing really that interesting to watch, if I'm honest. Like, nothing I'm really learning from, nothing, you get what I'm saying? It's just spectacle, like people doing things for views. So, with that being said, let me try to fix this light. Why is this camera so... But yeah, with that being said, it's refreshing to see someone actually care about the art they're making, and you can see it in the edits, and you can see it in even the way the video is structured. You understand? It's structured like a proper video. You understand? Like a proper film. You understand? Beginning, middle, end, interesting edits. Yeah, man. I thought, yeah, let's just keep going watching this.
A little busy, but I'm in a rush. You want to take a photo?
Can I get a quick picture?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
I take a video?
No, just take a photo, man.
This guy's annoying.
When Google said I deserved to be permanently suspended for spreading COVID and election misinformation, people viewed me as a crazy conspiracy theorist. Now that Google says, thank you for your patience, but sorry, we were wrong for 3 fucking years, everyone sees it as the truth. All right, man. Nice to meet you.
Wait for that. Oh. Wait for that.
No, I'm in the middle of something right now, bro.
Lurking.
Yeah, I asked you nicely, man.
I'm not a Zionist. I need to ask you something.
Just, like, get the fuck out of here, man. The most difficult test I faced was deciding to tell the truth when it was the most crucial. Do I do what's right at the risk of losing everything, or do I sell my soul and win the world?
See, what I find is, is whenever I've hit a creative block, is because I'm making... I feel like art and content are two very different things. You see, art is about self-expression, so you're expressing your emotion through an artistic piece, through music. These are all just mediums of expression, you understand? And you're trying to, through skill and talent, convey this emotion, you understand, and convey your experiences, you understand, and the stories and so forth. Whereas I feel like content, you're just using the medium to get a result, you understand, which is views, which is a number, you understand, to get money. So I feel like with art, in order for you to really, you have to be truthful, you understand. I find whenever I'm not being truthful to myself, or I'm withholding the truth, I struggle to make art. I might be making content, but I won't be satisfied with the content I'm making, if that makes sense, from like an artistic. And this I guess this also comes from a place of me working within I've worked within the media industry. I've worked at big news companies. I've worked at, on a lot of different film sets, you understand. adverts, so forth. So there's a line where you know, okay, you're making something, you understand, and you're using your skill, you understand, as a service to get paid, you understand. But you may not be invested in the art you're making, if that makes sense. You care about it, but it's not like you're expressing how Una feel, you understand. So, but it's different when you're now trying to make art, you understand, especially for yourself, you understand, from a sincere place, and you're withholding truth, or you're not being truthful. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle. It's like selling your soul, essentially, because what is truthful might not always sell. But if you put what will sell above the truth, then guess what? You're not gonna be able to make proper art. You're gonna struggle, in my opinion. So that's why I feel like truth is really important for communication, art, self-expression, and I say ultimately community, everything. Like, truth is very important. It's a strong foundation for trust, you understand, and trust in like what you're doing, having faith in what you're doing. So if you're lying to yourself, there's only so long before that lie falls apart, you understand, and other people see through it. So it's like, why would you lie to yourself unless you see yourself getting some sort of material reward out of it, you understand? But what greatness are you potentially blocking when you do them things there? I don't know.
YouTube's biggest commentator, Moist Critical, is today saying what he called me crazy for a year ago in a debate.
Just saw today, fucking Benjamin Netanyahu just openly stating in front of the whole world his plans on brainwashing because so many people are turning on Israel.
The difference is today, it's the popular opinion. Unfortunately, he says it now after the ceasefire when kids stop getting bombed.
Because I don't think there is a secret Zionist agenda that controls the entire world.
It's actually not secret at all. They boast about it. The generational question we have to ask ourselves is, do we want to be good people, or do we want people to think that we're good people?
My mind's telling me no. Israel literally pays influencers to suck their wiener.
When I criticized the COVID vaccine, Google admitted that's when the Biden administration applied pressure to ban me. That's when saying it mattered. You can say it now, but everyone already took the smiling selfie lifting up their sleeve to show their Band-Aid covering up their tainted blood. Getting unbanned on YouTube is the biggest achievement of my life. Let's fucking go. Not only do I get my body of work that I spent my life creating, but I get vindicated after 3 years of being called crazy by the world. 3 of the most exciting years. Maybe you've seen the highlight reel, but also 3 years of media slander, censorship everywhere, slander on my name. It wasn't easy. I lost what mattered most to me, but gained everything because of it. I did it. I don't know. Should I post this? Maybe I should say the hard R and get banned again.
Man like SNEAKO, you know. Man like SNEAKO. Yeah, man, I rate his thing. That was a good video. I think he made some good, fair points about, I feel like, conformity, and how conformity, especially if you're doing it for whatever reason, it's going to take away from truth and sincerity and the art you're trying to make. And often those that don't have that what's called again, nonchalantness, you understand, I really care about what they're doing, are labeled a certain way, and also that we are in a different age right now where a lot of things are going on right now, and those that are talking about it, whether fully correct or not, still are being demonized and censored, rather than us interacting in discussion, in art, you understand, and really getting to the bottom of what's going on. And it's only now in hindsight when we see there is some truth to these critiques that are being raised, that you understand, we move on from the consensus. But then what happens to all of those that raise those critiques like SNEAKO that were banned, you understand? So we have to, you know, hold the same standard, and in the same vein how people are so quick to condemn and want to ban SNEAKO for them same things when these things are proven to be true, even if not all of them, but the ones that are proven to be true, you have to give him his flowers. And in that same vein say, okay, the reason you want to ban him, then the grounds are, there's no grounds anymore, you understand, unless it's just pure vitriol and hate for him as a person. But that's not grounds to ban something. And why are you angry at this person? What has he done to you? Are you angry at him because of what he's saying, who he is, the way he's saying it, you understand? Because if you're angry about who he is, unless he's done something to you, what's the point? If you're angry about what he's saying, why are you angry about what he's saying? You understand? Is it insulting you? Is it upsetting your worldview? Are you upset about the way how he's saying it? Why about that's just a bit weird in my opinion, because don't shoot the messenger, you know. People can sometimes just express the way they know how to express things, but ultimately focus on what they're trying to say versus how they're saying it, you understand? That's how you reach understanding, and that's how you reach what's the word, empathy, you understand? Be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. If you only see things of how you communicate and how you understand. And also sometimes, you know, when you try to do things too politely and too nicely, it takes away from what you're trying to say. So yeah, man, but yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there. I appreciate you guys. It's been Frontline FM, your host K-Way.
You are tuned in